Hello there YouTube. Due to somebody posting my old and very first video on Reddit, I somehow gathered quite a lot of views overnight. Because of this, I decided to redo the video in a shorter format and avoid the use of all the annotations that the original video has. Because now I'm getting a lot of questions from mobile users who can't see the annotations, and it's becoming a bit of a hassle, to be honest. Now remember, I'm not 3Clicks Philip, I'm not an expert in theory, but I'm just trying to get you guys to test something out for yourselves. As we all know, a lot of professional players play at around 400 DPI with an average sensitivity of around 2.4. So first of all, I'm going to imitate those settings, because what we're going to look at in this video is if a higher native DPI combined with a lower sensitivity actually increases in-game accuracy. Now, in order to test this, you can repeat the following steps. Just pick a spot on Dust 2, I chose this one, looking towards Pit. Go into console and enable SV Cheats 1. After that, go to FOV CS Debug 1. Your camera will zoom into an extreme amount. Make sure you have a weapon with the crosshair out, and ignore the fact that your weapon suddenly jumped to the top left corner of your screen. Now I'm setting my Zowie EC1A to a native DPI step of 400. And I'll change the sensitivity to 2.4. Now I'm going to make the smallest mouse movements that I can with my hands, in a diagonal line as well as in a straight line. Watch what happens. I might get stuck on my mouse mat a couple of times because you can't even see my arm move. That's how small these movements are. Now if you're watching this in 60 frames a second, you should notice something. The movement I'm making with my hand is fluid. But is the diagonal line that I'm making? To me, it seems jittery. It seems like it's jumping up and to the right, as you can see here, and down and to the left, like here. Like it's basically taking a walk up a stairway. Viewed from the side, of course. But even in a straight line, you can see that it's basically skipping steps. Now I believe that the reason for this is that what determines your accuracy in Counter-Strike Global Offensive and probably most 3D shooters is your native DPI, or at least the DPI setting that you chose, combined with the in-game sensitivity setting. Now as you know, 400 DPI at 2.4 sensitivity is basically the same speed as 800 DPI with a 1.2 sensitivity. Well, if we take that logic and take it up another notch, I'll change my mouse sensitivity to 3200 DPI native with a sensitivity in-game of 0.3. This results in exactly the same sensitivity feel-wise as it is at 400 DPI with 2.4 sensitivity. Let's just change this back and I'll show you. Feels exactly the same, and because my mouse has this as a native DPI step, it doesn't give me any acceleration, or at least not noticeable. No, it doesn't. The fact that I went over here is because I actually slipped off my mouse mat, but there's no noticeable interpolation or acceleration. Let's zoom back in to prove the point that I'm trying to make. So, FOV CS Debug 1. I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did at 400 DPI. Move my mouse as slowly as I can in a diagonal and straight line. Let's see what happens. That's just me picking up my mouse. Ignore that. Tell me, what do you notice? The stairwell effect is gone. I do jitter here and there, but that's because of my own jittering hand right now. It's not the sensor, it's not the mouse. You'll just have to take my word for it. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to make a difference for you in matchmaking, because let's be real, I'm zoomed in to the maximum. If you would have like a head here somewhere, it would probably be this size. And even though my movement is a lot smoother, even when moving very slowly, than it was at 400 DPI, I'm not saying that this is going to make a difference for you. I just found it, well, an interesting find. So I want you guys, if you agree with me and find this an interesting find, to replicate the steps that I took to see if this matters for you personally. Please only do this if your mouse supports native DPI steps. Interpolated DPI or CPI, whatever you want to call it, SteelSeries, cause acceleration issues, and it can also cause latency issues. So if you have like a new Logitech mouse with a 3366 sensor or a Zowie mouse with a 3310, you should be able to test this for yourself. Now, I'm not 3Clicks Philip, I don't have the background knowledge he has, but I just thought I'd share this with YouTube and try and make a video without as many damn annotations. I hope you enjoyed this, I hope you test this out for yourself, and let me know, how do you feel about this topic? Perhaps one day somebody with a little bit more knowledge than me myself will pick up this topic and let us know the real truth. Does it matter? There's an obvious difference, you just saw it yourself. You can test it, but does it actually matter? For me personally, I'm still playing at 800 DPI, and there's a simple reason for that. In-game, using 3200 DPI at 0.3 sensitivity feels the same as my normal 800 DPI at 1.2 sensitivity. However, as soon as I open a 2D plane, like a menu, my mouse sensitivity is insanely fast right now at 3200 DPI native. Extremely fast. When I switch back to sensitivity 1.2, or to stay in the video's direction, 2.4 at 400 DPI, my mouse sensitivity in a 2D plane feels very slow. In game, however, it's still exactly the same as it was before. The reason for this is that you're actually aiming at a 2D plane with pixels here. Your DPI sets your sensitivity. The in-game sensitivity has no effect on 2D planes. This is why this tip also doesn't go for games like Dota or League of Legends. Thanks for watching, let me know how you feel about it, and let's hope maybe one day somebody like 3Clicks Philip takes up this subject and shows us the truth. Kind Old Raven out, thanks for watching.